Welcome to Community Reduce and Reuse Programs Earth Day workshops. My name is Kadra Howsi. I am a community engagement worker at Rexdale Women's Center, and I have my colleague Kwame Frempong, who is the community coordinator for the program. Kwame, say hello.
Thank you, everyone, and it's great to have all of you here today as we celebrate this Earth Day as a very special occasion. And stay tuned and enjoy what we have to share with you today. Okay.
Thank you, Kwame. So I'm not sure. This is the welcome page. So next page, I guess. Yes, we are going to do the land acknowledgement. I will quickly read over it. We acknowledge that the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat people, and that's not home to many diverse First Nations, Inuits, and Métis people. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. Just to follow the housekeeping and the guidelines of the meeting for today, there are a few things that we have to do. We have to be all muted. Everyone else except the speakers will be muted just to keep it calm. Also, please be muted. If you are not comfortable being on camera, we'll let you know to turn your cameras off. So make sure you stay quiet and listen and enjoy the meetings. So these are a few things that we have to follow in order to make sure that everything goes smoothly as possible. And on to the next. So community reduce reuse programs have 5 different components. We have bicycle repairs, we have sewing repairs, just like the one you just saw with India, if you participated, urban harvest, community composting programs, as well as share reuse space, which is ours, and that's the one we will be discussing further today. And now I give it over to Jed, who is from the City of Toronto's Solid Waste Management, who is here to give us a few words. Jed?
Yes, thank you, Kadra. Happy Earth Day, everybody. My name is Jed. I'm with the City of Toronto Solid Waste Management Services team. Just want to give you a little context about our community reduce reuse programs, also known as CRRPs. The main objectives of CRRPs is to reduce waste and build sustainable communities by 3 main pillars there. First is providing opportunities to reuse, share, and repair items. 2, offering skills trainings, and 3, creating spaces for community members to gather. As Kadra mentioned, there are 5 CRRPs that we focus on, and we actually have 9 community hubs across the City of Toronto in neighborhood improvement areas. Today's workshop, facilitated by both Kadra and Kwame of Rexdale Women's, is mainly the share reuse space. So basically, the share reuse space promotes the reusing, sharing, repairing, and repurposing of items to prolong their life. It also enables and encourages residents to share items with others in the community. Just to give you a little background in terms of what was achieved in 2020, we had over 5,420 items that were repaired and or repurposed. And we had over 2,565 items that we were able to reuse basically throughout the year. And we've also done the same amount of workshops, believe it or not, during the pandemic. We actually have 2 share reuse spaces across the city. The City of Toronto basically is partnering with following agencies to deliver the share reuse program across the city. The first one is in St. Jamestown, and it's actually spearheaded by the neighborhood organization, also known as 240 Hub, the community corner. And today we're going to hear from our other strategic partner, Rexdale Women's, obviously based in Rexdale. I'm going to let them take it away with the workshop. You guys are going to really enjoy this one, and I'm going to hand it back over to Kadra. So happy Earth Day, everyone.
Thank you, Jed, for these words. Okay, we're going to start our presentation now. This is from the Share, Reuse, and Learn program focus for the 2021. Just give me a second, please. If you get out of, I guess. Can you see it? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the 2021 focus for our program is Ufixit program. So Ufixit has two parts in it. So it's the fixing and also training program that we have. We will discuss it a little bit later on down the screen. We also have Love Food, Hate Waste Community Conversation. It's a virtual community conversation program where we focus reducing kitchen waste as well as other components that we feel that could help our community. We have the 3 R's animator. 3 R's animator is same as the 3 R's volunteer program that the city has. We have handling food waste workshops that we do within Rexdale Community Center staff and its network. Community composting, that's a major component in our work here at Rexdale. Clothing exchange, it's a new program that we just recently started. Balcony and community garden, and bike giveaways, safety checks, and repairs.
Kadra, can you
Yes.
maximize your screen?
Sorry?
Can you maximize your screen so we can
I tried, but it wouldn't go off to, like, let me try.
there? That's very good.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, so the Share and the Reuse program, learning a bit of Share, Reuse, and the Learning Center, our space. It's the space that's part of the long-term City of Toronto long-term waste management strategy of 5 CPR initiatives. The center is a space for community members to network, to connect, to share experience, to have opportunities, and to use this space for waste diversion purposes. We mentioned earlier on some of the programs that we focus is, one of them is the Ufixit repair program. And as you can see, I've just put some images here. We have components that are, or appliances and electronics that are brought to us from people in our community. Either they no longer need it or they want it to be fixed. And you can see the second picture here. We have Paul from, Paul is he's a volunteer for us to come in and from Repair Cafe TO. He comes in and fix the items, and quickly you can see that it's a little bit loud, but you can see that the items are fixed and are given back to the community or given back to the people. Yeah, so that video is just the aftermath. So when we get the fixing of the items and the community members no longer want it, what we do is we give it back to the community so they can reuse it instead of purchasing a new one. A lot of our community members enjoyed getting new items like heaters, fans, household the kitchen appliances. So that clip is from Waste Reduction Week, and that's how we share what we get back to the community. And
Kadra,
hi.
should there be sound for the videos?
Did it not have a sound?
It didn't for me. I'm wondering if other people got sound.
No,
Mildred?
we didn't have any sound.
Oh, no
Okay,
sound?
No, yeah, no sound.
Oh.
Maybe
Wait,
maybe we'll try the next videos.
yeah, maybe we will. Okay. So, okay, next video, hopefully we'll have it. This is our Ufixit training program, as we mentioned earlier. It's a 5-week training certificate program. People who join, they learn to repair and fix small appliances and electronics. Paul from Repair Cafe is the lead on that. He's the one who teaches our students how to do these simple fixings. Tools and resources are all provided, and it's free of charge. You can see the images. These are some of the online classes. Because of COVID right now, our classes are online. We just finished the first part of the program, and we are recruiting to have our second one upcoming soon. The last image is when we were able to go in the office, in the space, and have the classes there. And now we move on to Love Food, Hate Waste community conversation. This program was just created about maybe 7-8 months ago. It's an online community conversation program. It focuses on kitchen waste reduction tips. And not only that, but we also, because a lot of our community members are elderly people, people have disabilities, people have lost their jobs, people who are stuck at home, we try to include some interesting topics to it, just to make sure that, to help them out and make sure that they are eating healthy. So we have healthy cooking and eating tips. We also invite others who are experts in fitness and exercises, and so they can give them tips on how to maintain healthy lifestyle. We also have meditation and self-care programs, speakers that come in and just teach us ways that we can take care of ourselves while we are stuck at home and can't really do much. So that is one of them. The program focuses here, again, the components that you see in front of you in the image. So waste, kitchen waste reduction is the major component of it. That's the reason we started the program. And then the rest are just supplements, just to make sure that our community is taking care of themselves and eating healthy. And yeah. These are just some images of our online participants and online programs. So we've had quite a turnout, and people seem to enjoy and like that we are incorporating this virtual program into their daily lives. And the program runs twice a month, so every other Tuesday. If you're interested, let us know. Sorry.
देखती नीचे गिरे होंगे.
I think you mute everyone. I'm hearing other people. Okay, perfect. I don't know if you will hear the sound, but this is a quick little video of our community garden. Is this?
Yeah, we can't hear the sound.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe you can just describe what's going on.
Yeah, I can do that. Absolutely. It's just a video of our community garden. Kipling Towers, we have at the back of the buildings, we have our own community garden. It has 12 beds that we give it to our community members for the gardening season. So we are actually currently registering for this upcoming season. It's a great way for our community members to come out, especially right now that we can't go outside and we can't have a social life and we can't do anything. This is their way of releasing stress, growing their own food, and then at the end, cultivating it and having something that of their own. So here on the right-hand side is the images of our community garden, and we're very proud of it, and our community members seem to enjoy it, and it's a huge part of our program. Community compost, we have a composting in our community that we introduced last year. We asked our community members to bring their waste. This first image here was a partnership that we had with Food Share, where they provided us vegetable boxes, and in turn, our community members will bring their food waste, and then we put it in our compost. And you can see them here putting in the green bin. That was a wonderful day. We collected a lot of kitchen food waste, and our community members were quite excited to get their own food boxes. This over here is our compost bin, the back of the building. It's a lot of work. Kwame takes care of it. You have to turn it. You have to add things to it. It's a lot of hard work, but we're happy that Kwame is taking care of that, and it's doing wonderful. Here is a little video, but if you don't hear the sound, I'll just explain it to you. This is Alonzo from Food Share breaking down the donation, the food waste that we got, and as you can see, it's hard work, and it's a lot of hard work you got to turn it, you got to change it, you got to move it around in order for the food to break down evenly, otherwise it won't work. So he came over and did that. This is after the breakdown. This is what the food looks like before the compost. So keep turning it, and eventually it's gonna look like this. And this is gonna dry up, and you take it we are adding it to the garden, as well as we're sharing it with some of our community members to use it for balcony gardening, so they can grow their own. If they don't, because of the only 12 beds that we have, not everybody can have a space in the garden. So we encourage people to have balcony gardening as an option, and the compost goes to them as well. This year, we introduced winter garlic gardening initiative at the garden space and at the Kipling Towers. It's just an initiative that was brought to us by some of our community garden users. I didn't even think garlic can grow in the winter, but as you can see, it's flourishing and looks great. So it's going to probably be something that we incorporate during the winter months, so we can have more usage of the garden instead of just having it during the summer months and the gardening season. These ladies are from our community garden workshop, just to teach them either ways to garden, some of the benefits of gardening, providing them information about gardening, and just enjoying the gardening season that's upcoming. I mentioned earlier on that we introduced balcony gardening, reasoning being not everybody has access to the garden itself because of the lack of space. So these are some of the balcony gardening tools that we gave out to our community members. It's a huge success this year. They've enjoyed it. They are looking forward to planning it and planting it. And it was a huge success for us to be able to give this to our members and to have them grow their own fruits or vegetables or whatever they want to grow in their balconies for now. This is reducing kitchen waste workshops. We developed, Kwame and I developed reducing kitchen waste workshops within the Rexdale Women's Organization. The thought behind it was because Rexdale Women's Center is located in Rexdale and it serves the Rexdale community. We thought what better way it is to take what we know and have the staff, invite us to their groups and to their teams, and we'd make the presentation for them of what we do, what we're trying to do, and to have, share it with their clients and their networks. So basically, charity starts from home. So we're starting our programs within Rexdale Women's Center. We take the initiative to make the presentation to them, to invite them to our programs, and to have their staff and their team and their clients to come into the programs and join us. So that's what we have been doing. So some of our meetings are here that we've had with the teams. Some of the part of the presentation, we focus on green bin and proper use of green bin. Not a lot of people know that what goes in the green bin sometimes is a little confusing. So if they live in the city of Toronto, we direct them to the Waste Wizard and Toronto.ca to get more information, or call 311, and we just teach them what goes in, what you can put in, what you are not allowed to put in. Plastic is not allowed. Using how to properly prevent odor, because a lot of people complain about having organic kitchen waste sitting in their house can sometimes cause them smell, and we try to teach them how to overcome those things. So it's been success. We've had 4 or 5 presentations so far, and we are looking forward to having more with the Rexdale family. Kwame and I, we were invited to speak at the Community Conversation Meeting for Climate Fest. It's an organization that we partner with, and they had their kitchen table climate conversation, and we were invited to speak to discuss some of the challenges that we face while we transition our programs from in-person to virtual programs, and how we overcame those issues or challenges. And we went there and explained how we run things here, and the challenges that we had and how we overcame. And we both got emails from people, and they were excited that this program exists first, and also that that we talked about and discussed some of the ways that we overcame these challenges. And we were told from Climate Fest people that this was a success and they enjoyed it very much, and we were happy to be there. Education and outreach at Kipling Towers. The Share and Reuse and Learning Center partner up with Community for Climate Action North Etobicoke to conduct in-person outreach at 2667-2677 Kipling Towers. Of course, all COVID measures were taking place, and we made sure that everybody had a mask on and social distance and everything. So they set up tables in the lobby just to put information about waste reduction. They gave away compact green bins, like kitchen waste bins that you can just put it under your sink, and also information on upcoming initiatives. And a lot of people signed up and enjoyed it, and it was a great success for the partnership. We also have the bike program. We partner with African Climate Action Initiative, community bike donation program. They have given us, I think, over nearly 100 bikes right now. We received over 100 bike applications. And we're currently, the process is we have to do safety check for the bikes before we give them out, and also repairs. So the process is going on right now to have them checked, repair before we distribute it to the people that will sign up for. This is a great initiative for people in our community to get them going and get them outside and get some exercise, and also to for climate change purposes, to reduce carbon footprint, and just to make sure that these bikes go into a good use, and that's what we are doing. So currently they're being looked at, and once that is done and repairs, and we will be distributing that to the community. So these are just some images of the bikes that we got, and bike repairs that we will be having. And once that is done, hopefully we're hoping to get more bicycles. It seems to be a very hot topic, and everybody wants a bike. And we can't give it for a large family. We can't give like 4 or 5 bikes. So we're hoping to get more bikes in the future, so we can make sure that everybody can have a bike for themselves, including all family members. Cycling workshops. We also partner up with the African Climate Action Initiative just to talk about bike lanes and bike safety in the North Etobicoke area. People want bikes, but they're also afraid of cars, afraid of their safety, and we're trying to find ways that we can reach out to the city councilors and politicians to include North Etobicoke North area to have their own safe bike ride areas and trails and routes. So that's another conversation, meeting that we had just to discuss ways that we can invite the city and politicians and people in power to hopefully help us have a designated bike areas for our community members. Climate change workshop in partnership with Community for Climate Action or Etobicoke again. It was hosted through CRPP with us. So we have been conducting stakeholders outreach and building partnerships with other organizations within this sustainability initiative in Etobicoke North. So just meetings to talk with other partners and outreach, and talk to organizations within the neighborhoods to come together and see what we can do to make climate change and waste reduction and all the other important aspects of our work, while we are joining with other members and inviting other community members to partner up with us. So that was just a meeting we had weeks back. Home energy saving information. We had some information on saving energy information resources that were available to us, that we gave it out to our members to have, just to make sure that they have their homes more energy efficient and climate friendly. So some information for them to, what kind of light bulbs to buy for their homes, how to reduce waste, the composting. If you can see the flyers here, we have all this information available to and distributed to our community members.
80 साल तक renew कर दे 80 साल तक तो renew करेंगे जी. हाँ जी हाँ.
Satine, can you mute everyone, please?
हाँ जी हाँ. वो वही करने की लोड़ नहीं थानू. हाँ.
Partnership building, community stakeholder mapping and outreach. Meeting with Greenway is a local organization building a practical mobility network that connects business, entrepreneurs, and residents to place and new opportunities. So it's just an organization that networks with other networks and connects to other businesses in the area, just to have more opportunities and come together and create initiatives and plans to help the community. This is advocating for safe cycling, public community space. As you can see the image here, we attended Kwame attended a meeting, and we were advocating for cycling and active transportation. Other partners we have engaged through this project include Climate Fest, Humber College North Campus, Developing Young Leaders of Tomorrow Today, Cycle Toronto, Better Home TO, Culture Link, and with the support of the City of Toronto. So if you look at this image, we are the point of this advocacy is just to make sure that the people of the Rexdale North, Etobicoke North community can have a safe cycling and public community spaces that they can enjoy. And this meeting was about how we can come together with other partnerships such as the Humber College and all the other wonderful partners, how we can come together and find a way to create this space that everyone can use. This is the end of my presentation. I'm gonna pass to Kwame if he has any thing to say. Kwame?
Thank you very much, Kadra. I think that was a wonderful presentation. I know our viewers and partners who are on Facebook and Zoom will send in their comments. I think we're leaving up to them to respond back to us how we're doing, and we're still looking forward to that partnership from the City of Toronto and all the other partners. I want to say a big thank you to Jed and your team, and to Mildred and everyone for giving us this opportunity to showcase the work that we are doing here at the Rexdale Community North Etobicoke, to be specific. And yeah, we continue to exploring other partnership to make sure that this project is sustained beyond this year and many years to come. Thank you very much, everyone. And thank you, Kadra, again, for the great presentation.
You're welcome. If anybody has any questions, you can ask, and we'll be able to answer it for you.
Yes. Wow. That was a great presentation, Kadra. And your team, you and Kwame and the community, that you're doing a lot of stuff, lots of stuff going on in there. Great engagement with the community. I applaud you for the great work. And if anybody in the audience want to participate, how can they do that?
If anybody in the audience wants to participate, they can reach me and or Kwame, and we will be able to assist them in any way possible. We also have our Love Food, Hate Waste bi-weekly. So if you want to be included into the invite list, you can reach out to me. Our information I will put it in the chat, or Kwame will put it in the chat, how you can reach us if you want to join any of the programs. We are currently recruiting for the 3 Arts animator. We are recruiting for the Ufixit training certificate program. We are also accepting people to join us for the Love Food, Hate Waste community conversation. So if you're interested in any of that or any of our other programs that we have, you can get in touch with me or Kwame, and we will be able to help you. Thank you.
Yeah, there is a question. How can one join?
Yeah, we also, let me add that.
Go ahead, Kwame.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just adding up to what my colleague Kadra said in terms of joining. We are very active on Instagram. That is our home, probably our second home. So if you want to join us, you can follow us on Instagram, CRRP_RWC. We'll keep you updates on any upcoming activities or any initiatives that we have in the pipeline. And yes, and you can also follow us on the Rexdale Women's Center Facebook page where we keep updates as well. Or you can, Kadra will put our email addresses on the platform. You can send us an email and we'll respond we are very quick at responding to your emails and requests. So this is how, and we do have some appointments. Hopefully when the lockdown restriction is over, we'll set up appointment, and if there's any items that we are giving out to the community, for example, our food security programs that we've had here through other partner organizations like Africa Food Basket and some other organizations where we provide food to the community. When the time is due, we can always be doing that. And when we have any items that we're giving away, for example, fixing items that we fixed, we also we'll book an appointment with you and make sure that you do that. So yeah, you can always get in contact with us, and we'll duly support you.
Yeah, so there's a question if they can reach you outside social media. For those who don't use social media, we just put up the email address of both Kadra and Kwame for those who are interested.
Yeah, if you don't, sorry, Mildred, if you don't have access to social media, you can just email me. The email is my email and Kwame's email is in the chat right now. You can email me or Kwame, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible for sure. So if you don't have, don't worry, if you don't have access to social media, you can still get in touch with us for sure. And it's also on the screen if you can see it. Our emails are there. Also, there's a phone number. Actually, we don't use that phone number anymore. You can use the emails, and that's the quickest way you can get to us. Welcome.
Yeah. So there was a question earlier in the chat. How can they participate in that 5-week online training? And as a follow-up to that, like this, it's mentioned there that it's a certificate training. So is this certificate can lead to like any job-related opportunities later on once they take up this training? Can you explain this program?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kwame, go ahead.
Good. So with the Ufixit training, we are accepting new applicants, and again, once you send us an email with a request, we'll send you the application form, and once you complete it, then you send it to us, we review it, and then Paul will get back to you. On the second part, which is the certificate. It's a program certificate to acknowledge your participation, but because this program is hands-on, what we do is that after the training, you've gone through the training, we do what we call the internship program. So even those that have passed out, they are still doing internship where they go back to Paul when they are fixing something and they need some help. So that internship program is going on. And once the internship program is done, you're on your own. However, if you're applying for a job in the future and you want to use any of us as your reference, either myself, Kadra, or Paul, you can use us as referees, and I will duly respond to any call that comes to us with respect to your experience participating in the Ufixit Beginners Program.
Somebody just asked, can you share some stories about what you're hearing from your residents and their experiences of how they are being affected during the pandemic? Of course, we can do that. The community we serve, it's a community of multiculturalism. So there's a lot of newcomers. There are a lot of seniors. There are a lot of young people. There are a lot of people from different backgrounds. And the stories that we're hearing from them is that, lack of employment, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people got sick with COVID. A lot of people don't have, seniors do not have anyone visiting or anyone coming to them. So they feel lonely. A lot of the stories we get is that there is a need for food, there is a need for just community itself. So the stories we're hearing are not any different than what we hear rest of the Toronto or rest of Ontario because of the pandemic. It's just that in this particular area, there are a lot of different communities. There are a lot of people that who are new to the country and do not speak the language yet. So the stories are all different. but there is a greater need for community togetherness, a way to communicate, a way to uplift them. And that's some of the programs that we have virtually, is for them to feel like they're part of a community, even when they're stuck home. And that's what we're offering to them. So the stories are no different than what we hear every day, but it's just here, it's just a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more, deep. And just these programs and having them come on into our programs help them deal with the loneliness, deal with just being stuck home and not have anyone visit, or not being able to do any of the stuff that they were allowed to do before. So this gives them the hope that they will be able to talk to others and be a part of a community. So that's some of the stories that we have from our community.
Yes, and also to just add up to what Kadra said, because Rexdale Women's Center as an organization that works with the community in different areas, like for newcomers, employment services, other social assistance. When we receive this kind of concerns, which is beyond the scope of Share, Reuse and Learning Center, we refer them to our various counselors. So if it's issue with job employment, we give them, connect them with the counselor responsible for that. So that is how we try to connect the community with other concerns that is beyond the scope of our program.
Okay, so if anyone wants to volunteer, how they can join?
You want me to take that, Kadra?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so volunteerism is a very important aspect of our work, and on a daily basis, we are open to bringing in more community volunteers to help us in diverse program areas. Again, once you send us an email request or make a phone call, we will arrange with you. You don't have to have any special skills. Just the passion to work in a community and to support community development is what we use as a basics to bring in new volunteers. So just give us a call, send us an email, and we'll respond. Like I said, we are very quick in responding to emails, and we'll get you to also join us, the CRP Sherry's team here, and connect with the community. So it says thank you. So maybe that's it for now.
Amazing. Wow, great job, Kwame and Kadra. Like,
Thank you so much.
yeah, I learned a lot about what's happening in that side of Toronto. And just like what you said, same here in the Jane and Finch Black Creek community, we are experiencing the same challenges with our seniors who are suffering from isolation and food insecurity. So it's good to know, like, to have this out and be shared to the rest of the bigger community here in Toronto. So thank you for putting all your presentation together.